Welcome to Getaway and welcome back to Europe, where I am partway through an 18-day journey along the Rhine and Moselle Rivers. So far I've visited the magical medieval city of Bruges.
Culture, luxury and all-round sumptuousness.
And meandered through the lowland countries of Belgium and the Netherlands.
Could there possibly be a more quintessentially Dutch scene?
This week, our scenic spaceship heads further up the Rhine into Germany.
Prost.
Then into one of Europe's most spectacular rivers, the Moselle.
Boy, you couldn't get a more sort of beautiful vista, could you?
Yeah.
The river and the castle and...
Yeah.
But for now, I've arrived in Belgium's biggest port city, Antwerp. I was kicking back in my plush suite last night, doing a little research into this city on the www.net, and four things kept grabbing my attention: trade, diamonds, the painter Rubens, and the throwing of hands. In other words, money, bling, voluptuousness, and intrigue. And then there's the name, Antwerp. Antwerp. Already I'm seduced. Arriving by water, the first thing that greets you is the medieval fortress of Het Steen. Historically, this is where the sailors would arrive.
Yeah. Originally, the harbour was located here next to the city centre.
Right. The castle was built to defend against Viking incursions, but curiously, a 2nd century symbol above the entrance is thought to be the Scandinavian god of youth and fertility.
So when women wanted to get pregnant, they came over here, offered some flowers at the fertility symbol, and walked through the gate.
Wandering around, it's clear that Antwerp is a town of folklore and fairy tales. In fact, even the name Antwerp is thought to come from the Dutch word for hand throwing, in reference to a giant who charged a toll to passing boats. If you didn't pay, he'd cut off your hand and throw it in the river.
You will find the hand on practically anything we have in chocolate, we have in biscuits, we have it on the glass of the local beer. So
The symbol of the city.
of the city.
Yeah.
As one of Europe's biggest ports, the riches of the world flowed through Antwerp, and evidence of this wealth is found everywhere.
Gothic church?
No, it's not a church, it's the butcher's hall. It's the guild house of the Guild of the Butchers, and a guild is a group of people with the same profession or the same occupation. Now, they were the only ones able to handle the meat and to sell it, of course, so they had the money. And they wanted to show off how rich they really were by building this first non-religious Gothic building in only 3 years' time, 1501 till 1503.
3 years?
Yes.
The real cathedral is no less of a masterpiece, particularly inside, where priceless Rubens sit side by side with more contemporary offerings. There's a whimsical side to Antwerp that gets under your skin, but take a turn down a medieval side street and the practical nature of Belgians is on full display.
Wow.
So these were the actual little medieval streets, and at the right-hand side you see there is a water pump, but it was not recommended to drink water in those days because it was highly polluted. So what did people drink?
Beer.
All day long. So when they came home at night, they had a little problem in finding the keyhole.
Really?
Here I can show you how we solved that problem.
Oh, really?
Yeah, look here at the keyhole. They came home and they were not that steady anymore, but they were guided to the keyhole. You see, there is a metal guidance to end up in the keyhole anyway.
I could probably do with one of those.
Speaking of beer, Belgium is renowned for both its liquid amber and its chocolate, and Scenic offers guests the chance to try a beer and chocolate pairing.
Is that something that happens here, or is it just pure madness?
Well, Belgium is famous for the beers, famous for the chocolate, so why not combine it?
Sure.
To start with, we're pairing a local Antwerpian beer known as Bolliker with a classic milk chocolate. Who would have thought? Actually works. Okay, I'm open to this. Next is a sour beer paired with white chocolate.
It's sweet, it's sour. And the white chocolate just sticks a lid on it. Probably where it should be.
One of the joys of travel is a willingness to try things, and my final pairing is dark chocolate with a Trappist beer.
brewed behind the walls of a Trappist monastery. There's a surprising similarity of flavour somewhere in
Yes.
there. That's good. That last one is good. Beer, butchers and big scary giants, Antwerp really is one of a kind. Welcome back to Getaway, where I am aboard Scenic Pearl, journeying along the Rhine and Moselle Rivers.
I could sit here for hours riding this perpetually flowing thing. It's magnificent. The distance appears, it reveals itself, it passes by, and it's replaced by another. And the river has purpose, it never hesitates. It just keeps on keeping on. It doesn't wonder, it just sort of provides the answer, and that's why when you eventually step off, you're all the better for it.
Our scenic spaceship is aptly named because, well, it has a lot of space. Whether on the upper deck, the lounge, or even your own ultra-luxury suite, there's no shortage of places to watch the world go by.
Oh, it's like your very own plush hotel room that just happens to float. And if you want to let the outside in, simply step out onto your own balcony.
We've left Belgium now and are travelling through the waterways of the Netherlands, which have played a vital role in this nation's history, wealth and culture.
Netherlands quite literally translates as Low Countries. There's barely a topographical feature higher than the back of an ant. And consequently, a recurring theme in their history is their battle with water, taming it and controlling it and harnessing it. And it's perfectly illustrated here in the gardens of the Palais Het Loo. A palace considered modest and restrained, but a palace that is groaning with history.
Dating back to the 17th century, Palais Het Loo was built as a summer palace for William of Orange and his wife Mary, who both went on to rule Great Britain and Ireland.
So this is the grand staircase of Het Loo Palace, and William III has made it like this to impress the visitors who had an appointment at the palace. So here you would enter and wait at the reception hall for your appointment.
To meet the king.
To meet the king, exactly, yeah.
The palace, located in Apeldoorn, was built as a hunting lodge for William, and a recent €120 million renovation has involved a meticulous restoration.
We're now entering the bedroom of Mary Stuart, but she would never sleep here. And the bed was just to impress the visitor, and she would maybe sit on the bed but never sleep.
Right.
So it would be very special to have a conversation in a bedroom.
So this is all original? This is as it was?
Absolutely, yes.
Back then?
Yes, 100%. And this is where the king and the queen had dinner. And the place where we're standing right now is for the visitors to watch as they would eat.
Really?
Although now an independent museum, the royal family still use it from time to time. Although I suspect their dining habits would be a little more private these days. The palace has been dubbed the Versailles of the North.
Do you really feel the time, don't you?
Exactly, yeah. Yeah.
And in the gardens, it's not hard to see why. They are exactly as they were commissioned centuries ago by William and Mary. There's even a garage housing centuries of royal vehicles. Discover the romantic Rhine and Moselle in all-inclusive ultra-luxury with Scenic. Exclusive scenic and rich events, scenic free choice activities, plus all onboard meals and premium drinks are included. Secure your 2026 river cruise with included economy class flights. Getaway viewers can save an additional $300 per person with an exclusive voucher. For more information or to request your voucher, visit scenic.com.au/getaway, call 1300 790 372 or speak to your local travel advisor. Welcome back to Getaway and our Scenic River cruise. After exploring the lowlands of Belgium and the Netherlands, we've arrived in country number 3, Germany, and the fascinating city of Dusseldorf. This is where the rivers Rhine and Dussel meet, and in German, Dorf means village, so this is the Dorf of the Dusseldorf, fashion capital of Germany, and it's immediately obvious there's a funky contemporary vibe at play here, but you peel back the avant-garde wrapping and you'll discover the delights of an altogether different Dusseldorf. Dusseldorf is often described as a city of contrasts, innovative modern buildings on one side and a fascinating history on the other.
So before Dusseldorf was a city, we were a little village, and then there was a huge battle where we helped out, and as a thanks, we got the city rights in 1288, and we were allowed to print our own money, and we're allowed to have a trade, a market here.
A major landmark of Dusseldorf's Old Town is St. Lambertus Basilica, a stunning 13th century Gothic cathedral. Is there a twist in it?
Oh, there definitely is, yeah.
What's the story?
Legend has that, I mean, look at this beautiful church. The devil was so mad when we built it that he tried to pull it out. And that's when the tower got twisted.
Unfortunately, legends have a habit of being, well, completely made up. The real story is that after the spire was hit by lightning in 1815, they rebuilt it using wet wood. When the wood dried, the spire became twisted. It's pretty unique, isn't it?
It is. It's so unique that actually the second time the spire was hit by lightning and burned down and they had to rebuild it again, they decided to purposefully put in the twist.
So you're telling me that this spire has survived 2 lightning strikes, the Second World War, and the devil?
Yep, that's it.
Inside, St. Lambertus is equally impressive, housing the remains of Dusseldorf's patron saint and some seriously cool windows. I love this church because the stained glass windows are unlike any I've seen before. That's just so typically funky Dusseldorf, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Dusseldorf is known for its artsy style.
Yeah, so usually some kind of religious motif,
Exactly.
but you can find little bits of it there.
Yeah.
It even looks like Jesus
Holding a wine glass.
and a computer. He's on the web.
When on a scenic river cruise, each port of call has different scenic free choice experiences on offer. And here in Dusseldorf, there's a craft beer tour exploring the local tipple known as Altbier. The great Australian poet and drinker Henry Lawson once said, "Beer makes you feel the way you ought to feel without beer." And there's a German saying which says, "Beer makes a thirst worthwhile." So since we're in Dusseldorf, where they have their very own distinctive beer, it seems our duty to prove those sayings right. Alt beer translates as old beer and is brewed using traditional methods. And so I understand there are a number of breweries here, and only they are allowed to brew it, and only here.
Yeah, only in Dusseldorf.
And so are those... does each brewery brew exactly the same beer? Do they taste the same?
No, they all taste different. So we should probably go ahead and try some more. What do you think?
Yeah, here. Prost.
Close.
Here in the Old Town, there's around 260 pubs and bars and 5 microbreweries making alt beer.
Close.
Dusseldorf lays claim to the world's longest bar.
Are you ready for another beer?
Of course. At night, when all the pubs are open along here, it looks like one long bar top.
Close.
Well, I'm definitely getting the hang of this, all in the name of vital research, of course.
I mean, who could resist a good alt?
Which is why we've had 3.
Exactly.
Yeah. Come on. Living it up, To everybody that be living it up, we say.
Welcome back to Getaway, where I'm on board Scenic Pearl on an 18-day journey taking in 5 European countries.
Every day, one night thing.
We've left Dusseldorf behind and are sailing upriver on the Rhine, further into Germany. Sailing days are terrific. It's a chance to rest those weary legs, kick back and do whatever you like on board, whether it's relaxing with a good read or mooching in your suite.
Hi, Jeff. Yeah, I'd love a glass of Riesling, please. Oh, hang on. Make it a bottle. Thanks. Bye.
And did I mention each suite comes with butler service?
Mr. David, this is your wine.
But the real star of the show is the passing parade out the window.
The Rhine likes to remind you that you ain't seen nothing yet. There are moments where its banks heave with industrial grunt, but what follows are crumbling castles and fearsome fortresses and verdant vineyards, and between them all, unadulterated gorgeousness. And then you swing into the River Moselle. And damn, heartbreak.
The Moselle River twists and turns its way through one of Germany's most beautiful river valleys.
On so many levels, we should be thankful that the river is level. No one wants to be sailing uphill, nor downhill for that matter. And even if you're a potato of the couch variety, given the level of service and generosity on board, there will be a moment where you think to yourself, I should probably do some exercise. And isn't it fantastic that we consider e-bikes as exercise and that the riverbank is level?
A guided e-bike tour is such a great way to see the sights of Cockham.
That river, the sun, the morning sun glistening off the river and the valley.
Yeah.
My goodness. A beautiful way to start the day.
Yeah.
Cockham is a medieval gem, topped by a castle and surrounded by vineyards.
The wine is what, Riesling?
The Rhine is Riesling. It's 90% Riesling wine. 10% of the whole production in Germany
It's from
comes
here.
from the Mosel.
I can smell it. I can smell Riesling.
Okay.
Gliding along the winding banks of the Moselle, every turn reveals a postcard-perfect view.
Boy, you couldn't get a more sort of beautiful vista, could you?
Yeah.
The river and the castle and the...
Yeah.
The castle, in fact the whole village, was bombed by Louis the Sun King, France's longest ruling monarch. But it was rebuilt in the 19th century. On a guided bike tour like this, the rhythm of the bike matches the gentle flow of the river.
And what's this village?
This village is our destination, Waldstein. We call it the Sleepy Beauty because in wintertime nobody lives here except the monks.
Discover the romantic Rhine and Moselle in all-inclusive ultra-luxury with Scenic. Exclusive scenic and rich events, scenic free choice activities, plus all onboard meals and premium drinks are included. Secure your 2026 river cruise with included economy class flights. Getaway viewers can save an additional $300 per person with an exclusive voucher. For more information or to request your voucher, visit scenic.com.au/getaway, call 1300 790 372 or speak to your local travel advisor.
Let it go.
It's almost incomprehensible that these banks of the Rhine and the Moselle bear the weight of gore and greed and great and glory of man while maintaining such beauty. The river is the reason for such stories. It is the witness to such stories. It is the deliverer of such stories. You ride this dimpled filament of wisdom and wonder, you depart with a bounty of beguiling stories.
These little wonders